Hi, my name's Daniel Kenny. If you're anything like me, you love everything that the Pacific Northwest has to offer. The beautiful scenery, the mild weather, the wide array of outdoor activities, the food, and most importantly, great craft beer. I'm here today to talk to you about an exciting new entrant in the craft brewing industry and the unique opportunity that it creates for you. So who is that new entrant in the industry? Well, it's Brewski. We are a Pacific Northwest beer experience. We brew our own beer, but we also create an environment for our customers. When you come to our brewery, you'll feel like you're back in the outdoors. Brewski is where you can unplug from daily life and spend some time around the fire with your family and friends. When you come in, you'll see fire pits and people roasting s'mores. You can watch a movie under the stars, play games, or just relax. You'll see our attentive staff and our brewmaster hard at work, and we encourage you to go and have a chat with them. Brewski is a place to share the adventure of great beer. Brewski's mission statement is that we are committed to sharing an adventure with our customers and friends by providing quality brews and extraordinary experiences. Our commitment to this vision is so strong that our core values are built around creating a healthy community through the art of brewing. We want to provide excellent beer, but also create an environment for our friends. Our proposal is to open Brewski in the Vancouver, Washington area in a neighborhood identified as being underserved by the current participants in the market. For us to succeed, we need to secure an SBA loan in the amount of $400,000. The 5 founders, Amy, Megan, Jonathan, Hector, and myself, will each contribute $20,000 for the down payment on this loan. We will also be contributing $30,000 to cover startup costs for a total individual investment of $50,000 each. We are investing this capital to make sure that the venture succeeds. We forecast a break-even point at only about 20 months with positive working capital through the first 3 years of operation. Early focuses for us will be on paying down commercial debt and building our cash reserves. Those reserves will be earmarked for unforeseen issues, reinvestment in the business, and future growth opportunities. As we started our project, we knew what experience we wanted to give the market, but we didn't really know if there was an opportunity for it. After our feasibility review, we put together a comprehensive survey that we sent to 200 coworkers, family, friends, and acquaintances. We asked questions to them like, what are you willing to pay for a pint of beer? What atmosphere is the most appealing to you? Would you bring your family to the brewery? And do you like doing games and activities when you're at the brewery? We received overwhelmingly positive responses. Of our 181 respondents, we had a really good mix of education level, income, and beer consumption. Here in the center, you can see our heat map of where our respondents live. Our survey data is representative of our target market due to the demographics of our respondents and their geographic location. 85% of our survey respondents preferred a camping or outdoor patio-style brewery when compared to a dive bar or sports bar. 69% thought $5 to $7 was a reasonable price for a pint of beer. All of our financial analysis is based on a $5 per pint sell price. 70% of our respondents like doing activities at the bar. That's things like games like ladder golf, cornhole, darts, live music, or a movie night. And 3/4 of our survey respondents thought quality was the most important aspect of beer. That's compared to variety, seasonal selection, sustainability, and price. With that in mind, we want to be mindful of our customers' price thresholds while still maintaining a high-quality brewing process. When we combine that with our atmosphere, we know that we're set up for success. When we began our analysis of the industry as a whole, we found some really interesting information that aligns with what we want to do, and it shows us that there's an opportunity in the market. 1 out of every 10 beers produced in the United States in 2017 was from a craft brewery, and craft beer sales increased 8% in that year to $26 billion. That's nearly a quarter of the entire U.S. beer market. There was a 16% increase in breweries in the year as well, up to 6,300. What this tells us is that we're breaking into the industry at a time when it's growing. With there being 6,300 breweries in the United States, there is a significant amount of competition, especially here in the Pacific Northwest. In the Vancouver-Portland metro area, we believe our main competition to be Deschutes, McMinimans, Backwoods, and Heathen Brewery. You can go to any of those places and get a good pint of beer, but they can't replicate the experience that we have at Brewski. You're going to come in to see us, you're going to feel like you're in the mountains. We aren't selling beer, we are selling an escape from the everyday. It's a way to reconnect with your family and friends. Recent research has also shown that millennial spending is more erratic and experience-focused than in previous generations, and that plays to our strengths of fostering an environment rather than just being product-focused. Intellectual property protection is difficult in the food and beverage industry. Recipes and environments are things that can't be trademarked, but you can try to make them difficult to replicate. Similar to these brands on the right, Camp Brewski intends to pursue trade secrets to protect our beer recipes and retain our competitive advantage. The food and beverage industry is also considered pretty high risk. I know this is an eye chart, but what it shows is the in-depth risk analysis that we performed when we were doing our feasibility analysis. We identified all of the main risks to our business, how likely they were to occur, what was the impact if they did occur, and steps that we could take to reduce them. From a product risk and an execution risk standpoint specifically, those are things that are very much within our control. So we have already taken specific steps to mitigate those risks. The first key to our success is going to be our branding and our advertising. We need to achieve name recognition, which we intend to do through logo design, labeling, advertising, and offbeat branding that distinguishes us from the other more corporate beer brands. Effective quality control is also critical for us to make sure that we meet our customers' expectations of a high-quality brew. Tied to that is retaining a small base of proven suppliers who will provide us superior ingredients. We're in a geographic region where that is an easier thing to do than in others, and we intend to keep tight control of our supply chain. When you combine these items, we intend to provide quality beer at a reasonable price in an environment that feels like an escape from the everyday life. We believe Vancouver, Washington, a location near the downtown, is ideal for us due to the revitalization of the area in recent years. There's opportunity for growth in that location, there's an active population, and there are a lot of outdoor living activities available. This chart shows the age demographics of our target market, and we're focusing on the 25 to 64-year-old age brackets. Our marketing is going to be centered around significant engagement with the customer through both digital and personal means. One of the key aspects of our competitive advantage is our brewmaster, and personal interactions between them and the customers is going to be highly encouraged. 88% of our survey participants said they'd be interested in learning more about the brewing process and taking tours of the brewery. That's something that we're going to be highlighting in our advertising. Now, we know that people aren't going to come to the brewery unless our beer is good. So in order to get the word out and build our brand that way, we're going to go to beer festivals, markets, fairs, things like that to just get our product in the hands of the customers. Finally, all of our staff and employees will be expected to ask customers for feedback, and we intend to be agile and responsive to anything that we hear from our customers, suggestions, comments, questions, and I think that'll also help us build our brand. Again, Brewmaster is going to be critical to us, not just from a marketing standpoint, but from an operations standpoint as well. He's going to be a critical leader on the team. We are also going to have an industry-leading quality control program that will cover all necessary process checks for us, such as the IBU, pH levels, gravity levels of the beer, as well as any other KPIs that we identify. We're lucky because the Yakima Valley is nearby, and it's home to one of the most fertile hop growing regions in the world. Over 77% of the domestic hop crop comes from the Yakima Valley. We're going to look to source our products locally, which will help us establish relationships with our suppliers, but it also help us lower our shipping costs. Now it's time to meet the founding team. We as founders are going to be very hands-on during the development phase of the business. We're going to make sure that everything is established according to the business plan. Hector is going to manage our supply chain. Amy is going to manage the marketing and the human resources aspect of the business. I will be managing, along with the brewmaster, the operations. Megan will manage our financials and accounting, and Jonathan is going to manage the facilities. Critical roles left for us to fill will be the brewmaster, an experienced brewery management staff, and our wait staff. We're really going to weight industry experience heavily when we're considering applicants. We as founders have over 30 years combined of business experience. We recognize that starting a brewery and the actual brewery operation and management is a complex process, and we want the best of the best to support us at Camp Brewski. From a technology standpoint, we're going to be using a POS system similar to that supplied by SteadyServe. What that can be used to do is it can measure all of our barrel weights, our inventory, brewing cycles, and any other items that we see fit. It can also be used as a customer relationship management software, so it'll show us what our customer preferences are and how we can respond to them. We'll also be using a software that will allow us to manage our labor scheduling and also book tours and events That's going to link up to our website so that our customers will be able to book some of those events directly, which lowers the overhead work for our team. We are a company that cares about our environment and sustainability. We will use sustainable and locally farmed ingredients wherever possible, and when it's not cost prohibitive. Our goal is to be carbon neutral, and we're going to accomplish that by using things like solar panels, Bluetooth technology, other brewing technology that will allow us to lower our waste, water, and utility utilization. And we'll also consider purchasing carbon offsets. When we start selling growlers, bottles, and cans in the future, we will try to source environmentally friendly packaging options as well. Our schedule is that we intend to incorporate the LLC, finalize our funding, secure our lease space, and our critical staff by the end of the second quarter of this year. Soon thereafter, we're going to start brewing beer. As we mentioned earlier, in about 20 months, we will break even, and at that time, we're going to be looking to expand our outside beer sales and look into other revenue streams such as yurt rentals, events, and possibly a new location. We project positive net income and positive working capital very quickly, even with conservative estimates for our costs, which we'll talk about in the next slide. It also accounts for the really low rate production that you have at the beginning of a startup, where you're not really going to be seeing the benefits of production quantities. Retained earnings in the first 3 years of operation are going to be low due to our pay down of debt and our reinvestment in the business. Our revenue mix is going to be pretty consistent over the first 3 years of operation, largely being led by our in-house beer sales. A small portion of the in-house beer sales is going to be seasonal selections from other breweries that we will buy and sell in the brewery. Other revenue streams, which are small at these first couple of years, is going to be our outside beer sales, our merchandise sales, and revenue from events. The key cost elements for us up front is the brewery equipment, leasehold improvements, and furnishings. The brewing equipment will cost about $160,000 for a brewery of our size. We've added a 10% factor on top of that just to cover ourselves for risk. We also have $200,000 in there for leasehold improvements and furnishings. Surveying similar sized breweries in similar markets, the variable cost of production for a barrel of beer is about $170 to $180 per barrel. We scoped out several lease spaces in the Vancouver area that were suitable for us, leaving ourselves room to grow, and the typical cost was around $16 to $24 per square foot per year. For our space, which we believe will be about 3,200 square feet, that amounts to a little bit under $80,000 per year. You add to that about $1,500 a month for commercial insurance and utilities. And then also the seasonal selection of other beers that we sell. The wholesale cost of a barrel of that beer is between $240 and $360 per barrel. In conclusion, we believe there's an opportunity in the craft brewing industry for us and our unique atmosphere. No one in the market is providing the environment that we want. Our market research and our financial analysis suggest that we are well positioned to be profitable quickly. Our initial lease space will offer us room for growth, and we also have plans to expand and add different revenue streams in the future. We love beer and we love being outdoors. Why can't we all do both at Camp Brewski? Well, I don't know about you, but I could go for a beer right now.